Hello guys, it is List Week and I'm a big fan of good antagonists, so this is Daniel's top 10 list of nerdy villains. Now of course you probably have your own opinions on the matter and I would love to hear them, so leave comments. I promise I won't be offended. Also, I will try to keep spoilers to a minimum, but I will summarize the characters, so I apologize in advance. Now, on with it. Elusive Man. He's the only video game character on this list, and if you've ever played the Mass Effect series, you know why he is here. For those of you who have no clue, Mass Effect in a sentence. Oh no! Evil aliens want to kill us all and I need to stop them! Elusive Man is a guy so rich he basically owns his own secret organization with a private army. And he's also against the aliens, but he wants to go about it in a completely different and more maniacal way. So over the course of the series, you see him slowly turn from a somewhat good guy into completely evil, even though you both want the same thing. Overall, I like him because he is very well written for a video game character, and this comparison makes me laugh. King Lek. The only book character on this list, Lek is featured in the Kristen Cosora novels, starting with Graceling. He's on this list because I absolutely hate him, which I guess makes him a good villain if I really want to see him defeated. Lek has this horrible ability to manipulate people to do whatever he wants, and over the course of the series you see exactly how much and in what ways Lek uses his power. And it's just awful. I want to see him defeated more. He's number 9 because he is a good villain, but just so unpleasant to read about. Azula. From Avatar: The Last Airbender, she is on this list because she is insane and powerful, always a good combination. She's also the first character to introduce us to the Firebender's ability to bend lightning, which is awesome. Azula is incredibly cunning and manipulative in everything she does, which makes it hilarious when she tries to act like a normal girl. Overall, it is always interesting to watch to see what she will do next. She's not higher on this list though because she lacks a lot of character development. She just starts insane and ends even more insane. Darth Vader. One of the only characters to get featured in all 6 Star Wars movies, we see Anakin go from an innocent little boy to an angsty yet good-natured teenager to complete force of pure evil due to the corruption of the Emperor. His transformation is so extreme, he murders nearly all of the Jedis, even the ones who are just kids. Darth Vader makes it to this list because his story is really quite sad. All he wanted to do was protect the ones he loved, yet in the process, he destroys everything. But at least the story ends on a somewhat happy note when he finally shows his good side and sacrifices himself to protect his son. Evil Queen. Now her specifically I will use the Once Upon a Time version, but really she is like a combination of all the evil Disney princess movie villains. Once Upon a Time gives us a lot of character backstory for her. For example, she wasn't always evil. She was once quite nice, but she fell in love with a guy named Daniel, and because of the curse surrounding the name Daniel, that did not end too well for her. Cool things about her, she is really powerful with magic and hates basically everyone. So much in fact that she creates a curse that sends all the fairy tale characters into the modern society where they forget who they are and what their happy ending was. And of course, one of the ingredients of this curse was the beating heart of her father. Dang. Zuko, also from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now a lot of times, writers will handle a character's moral switch in a very cheesy manner, like, hey, I was evil yesterday, but today I'll be good. But not Zuko. In the beginning, he is evil, though less evil in the heart and more just determined to capture the Avatar. His uncle Iroh pulls him to the side of good until he is on the fence and totally unsure of himself, but then Azula makes him turn evil again. However, Iroh is cooler than Azula, so eventually he realizes the mistake he made and switches totally to the side of good. And the entire time he is completely angsty about the whole thing, often to a hilarious degree. That is how you do a believable morality switch. Oh, and did I forget to mention he's kind of awesome?
I cannot believe my eyes, how the world's filled with filth and lies. But it's plain to see evil inside of me is on the rise.
Neil Patrick Harris, you are my gay celebrity crush. For number 3, I picked this cute, innocent boy. Most people who have watched Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood have cringed a little on the inside right now, because that little boy happens to be the monster named Pride. Pride is sort of like the number 1 henchman for the main antagonist, which also means he is the most powerful. He controls these shadowy tentacle thingies that can either grab people or cut them like a sword, and they can even grow eyes and mouths. He's also easily the most sadistic and manipulative of the bunch. All of that combined in this little boy's body, along with an alien voice, makes Pride positively creepy. He's the scariest character on this list in my opinion. That first scene with him and Hawkeye in the alleyway, ugh.
No rush.
Moriarty. He is one of the main villains in Sherlock and a maniacal genius. Sitting the crown jewels and sitting on the throne for lulsies is just one of his many crazy shenanigans. Moriarty is also Sherlock's intellectual equal, and he very nearly defeated Sherlock too. Now I don't want to give anything away about how he does it because of all the series I have mentioned. I have to say, go watch Sherlock if you haven't seen it yet. For now, just take my word for it. He is completely brilliant, and the actor who plays him so well. He is exactly what you would want a crazy, eccentric, evil genius to be. As awesome as he is, unfortunately, he is only in a couple of episodes and doesn't get much character development, which is why I put him right beneath
Amon!
It is time for you to be equalized.
You fool! You've never faced bending like mine. What are you?
I am the solution.
Amon from Legend of Korra. Now I'm sure there's going to be some controversy over this choice, especially because I put him over some characters from the sister series, but hear me out. To me, Amon is kind of like the ideal villain. When he first gets introduced, we know nothing about him except that he absolutely hates benders. Then it is shown that he actually can take a person's bending away, which confuses and scares everyone, because only the Avatar should be able to do that. He's also a total badass. No one can touch him in a fight, and no one does until near the very end. And of course, he has a diabolical plan. My favorite moment is that scene where he is shown to be able to resist bloodbending, something that also no one should be able to do. I remember when that episode first came out, people were starting to doubt whether or not he was fully human. He's always just been so cool and confident in power and created the biggest shroud of mystery about him. I just couldn't wait to find out more about him all the time, and I wasn't disappointed because first we learn his backstory, and then his mask comes off. To me, that is a great villain. One who is incredibly powerful, totally awesome, and extremely mysterious, though through a little backstory and plot development loses all of his mystery. To me, Amon's story is the perfect combination of badassery and creepiness, and it makes him my #1 villain of all time. And yes, I know, as you can see, I was recently attacked by a rabid lawnmower.